Sorry, I just woke up from a nap and I had a craziest dream. I wanted to tell you guys about the dream because it was really absurd. Let me say it before I forget. So, anyway, I was napping, right? And I don't know how this story started. I was in some sort of setting with my brother, who's like 16. I don't know why, but we were talking and I could feel like I had a loose tooth, right? So I'm talking and it's getting looser and looser, and I'm just like, okay, talk to me even more. I can feel it. Somehow the teeth like kind of came loose, but what I realized was that it was getting stuck. So I put pressure on it, and then it cut into my tongue. So I was like, oh shit, get someone, or something like that. And for some reason, my brother's teeth was also like coming off, and he was just like, mine's coming too. And then I was like, help me, bro, it's in my tongue. And I guess he was doing whatever, like he was trying to get his own teeth off, and he disappeared from, I don't remember what happened to him. Next thing I know, I'm like in a buzzfeed kitchen. I don't know why, like I don't recognize any of the faces anymore, but I was in some sort of a kitchen setting with like a lot of young people. So the closest thing I can reference is a BuzzFeed kitchen. I don't know how I cut off my tongue, but I was just like, I need help. It's tearing, right? And then the next thing I know, like it's hanging by a thread. Like my tongue, which is not like soft at all. It's just hard, right? Like if you've ever seen the tongue on who's that? James Corden's show, like he has this weird cow's tongue in one of his segments. It was like that kind of texture, and it was just hanging by a thread to the end of my tongue, like this part. So I'm like, okay, help me! I can't talk. Like, get me to a doctor. Somebody help me, right? And one of the BuzzFeed employees, what happened? Like, what are you making? I'm like, bitch. I was just panicking. The next thing I know, like that thread of muscle tore off. So my tongue came off completely. So I had to take it and put it down somewhere. Like, because I wasn't going to put it in my mouth. It was like basically a hockey like palette, right? And I was scared of swallowing it. So I put it down somewhere. Like they were like cooking in the kitchen, and I started like miming to everyone, and everyone just kind of like, oh, okay. I don't know if I told them or if I did. I can't remember that part. But everyone's just kind of working with me. Okay, the last bit is truly absurd, and I don't know, like, I can't remember it. I wish I could. I only remember this part. So, like, I'm miming to everyone, and everyone's just like, oh no, you cut your tongue. Like, that's funny as fuck. And then, like, head chef, I guess, like, who cooked it? It was like me or something. And they're like, oh, it's pretty good. And I remember that part where I like raised my hand to be like, like I cut my tongue. And then like there were like fishes in the kitchen, like dolphin, and like I assume other fishes, but I can only remember dolphins, and they were all like pointing at me. And then someone said like, well, like the great thing about now is like even the fishes know your name. And I was just like, okay. And I just thought that was weird. Like they were like cartoon dolphins or like actual dolphins. So like after that, I was in the car for some reason with my mom down the highway, right? And my mom was like, "So how's your day?" And I was like, "Oh my god, nobody's helping me. Like my tongue's cut off and that kind of thing. Like I'm just miming what I'm thinking." And she understands me for some reason. I'm like, like it doesn't hurt, but it's like really uncomfortable. I can't like miming and things like that. And she was like, I'm like, like I have this like all the people at work, like my friends, they weren't listening to me. They weren't really listening to me. My tongue was cut off. And like, yeah, that's the last part I remember truly. So that's the end of the story. My contacts are still dry. But yeah, that was like a really upset dream. So I don't know, I guess I should analyze it. I feel like as I was telling the story, I found some sort of analysis actually. So here it goes. So I'm assuming having my tongue cut off means that I can't speak and nobody's hearing me out, right? so that I have no voice. And the fact that a lot of people around me, like especially at the workplace, I'm assuming I work there because like I cook the dish in the end, right? Not that I ever wanted to work in the food industry or cooking. So anyway, I think it means that like in the workplace I feel ignored or that I don't feel heard. And since I'm working only part-time, I would also assume it to be including my school life. So maybe in project groups and things like that, I feel like I'm not heard. So yeah, I would agree with that. The pain I was feeling wasn't like it was bleeding, it was just a dry block of tongue, right? So what happened is that I felt uncomfortable and slightly in pain, but it was mainly a discomfort, like a very acute sense of discomfort. I would say that maybe that's to kind of reflect how I feel right now. Like I'm not in any kind of physical pain or mental pain, but it's this very like acute sense of discomfort and unease and pain, but not in the conventional sense of the word. And there's so much panic, right? So clearly that translates to the anxiety I'm feeling right now. But what about the part where I mime and everyone understands me? I think so. I do have a voice, but they don't hear what I actually mean. I don't know. I'm done analyzing it. I'm done. It was so uncomfortable. I think that's it. That's that's the depth of my analysis. That's all. So yeah, I don't know if you guys actually understood the story. You know, sometimes in dreams, like you have a mental picture of it, but it's hard to describe the mental picture. But maybe slowly, hopefully over time, I get better. I might do it as a series. Actually, I'm very excited to, because I do have a lot of weird like dreams from time to time, and I've told it to people, but I feel like sometimes people don't really understand. But I'm sure if I tell to more people, there should be one or two who do, right? Let me know if you have crazy dreams, or if like there's any dream you remember. I'd love to know, or even your own analysis of this would be very fun to hear. Okay.